Hello students, this is for your 6th assignment. We are shifting gears and now we are going to discuss argument. You will need a couple of documents in the content page. Under the argument folder there's one document and it's called The Art of Argument. They're just some notes. It is a really useful handout. This is Cicero's 6-part oration, which is one of my favorite ways to structure an argument because it has all of the necessary elements and it's very easy to remember and to use anytime. So you would need a hook, which draws your reader in to your essay, and then you would need the narration, which is the background information or the context on the topic. It can also include status quo thinking, like what does the average citizen believe about your topic right now, or what do you think your audience believes. Sometimes these are both in your introductory paragraph. And then this is called the partition. It's where you're supposed to write your claim or your thesis statement. Please don't announce and say, I will argue this. Just write a strong claim that you will support throughout your essay. It's an opinion. You know, a claim is like your opinion, and a lot of times it has an opinion with a reason or several reasons attached. Sometimes it's just easier just to state your claim and then support it throughout with the reasons in different body paragraphs. The confirmation is where you develop your points, and so basically it provides support. How do you know you're right? And here you provide examples proving that your claim is correct. Many arguments have a refutation. It's where you would consider the opposing side, and you can either concede, where you say that they're correct on certain elements, or you refute and say they're wrong, or you offer a concession where it's almost like it's they're right to a certain extent. And so those are nice to have in an argument. It gives your argument strength because it shows that you are open-minded and that you have looked at both sides and you're well aware of the various opinions out there. And so it's nice to have those in an argument. Makes your argument stronger. Here is a modern version of Cicero's 6-part essay. And again, it has the same elements. It's just in a different language, so it's easier to understand. This document also gives you some different ways to start your essay or provide a hook. Some of the easiest ones, of course, would be the personal anecdote or scenario where you describe or tell a story. But it really depends on the requirements of your essay. Is it more informal in tone, or is it too formal? And so for a formal essay, personal anecdote may not be very useful. Analogies or metaphors or comparisons, and so those are nice ways to take some complex subject and make it more accessible by comparing it to something that's more familiar. And then you have definitions, which are beautiful ways to start an argument, where you create your own definition. You do not use Webster's. You define the topic in your own words with nice imagery and figurative language, a simile, a metaphor, and here's some little sentence stems that might help you to do that. And of course, every argument needs support, and there's many different ways to support an argument. You have personal experience, and again, it really depends on the format of your essay, or the formality, if it's a very formal essay or not. Examples from current events, those are always useful in supporting an argument. Allusions, where you allude to history or literature, philosophy, biblical allusions, any other religious texts, those help support an argument. And then facts and expert opinions is where you have to do a little bit more research for an argument, and you actually have to document the source. And so this is just a handout that will help you. Also, under the argument, or in the content tab, you will scroll down. You see it's a causal analysis folder. That's our next essay. You have these two passages. They are nonfiction passages, and it is a cause and effect essay. The first one is Who Killed Benny Parrett, and it's about a boxer who died. And so you will read this passage, and you have the cause and the effects, and so that's the type of essay we're working on. This is a nice example of that. And the second nonfiction piece is, again, a true story. It's 38 Who Saw Murder Didn't Call Police. And so this is a cause and effect type essay. I would just read these and you will respond to a journal. Oh, here's another resource for you. This is their graph templates. Is out of a text, and it's called They Say, I Say, and this is a valuable tool. It actually shows you how to introduce quotations and to explain them, and then you agree, disagree, or agree and disagree simultaneously. So it's just a nice process to help you when you are trying to argue, when you have text that you're trying to use as support. And so you would introduce the quote, according to so-and-so, quote, and then you would explain what that means, and then you pick a side. You either disagree, but you can't just say he's wrong, period. You'd have to say he's wrong and then explain why. Or you can agree, but again, you can't just say he's right. You have to explain, add some other element to it, explain why he's right, but offer your own insight. And then you can do agree and disagree simultaneously. It's where you agree with part of it, but you disagree with the other part. And so these templates are beautiful when you're trying to embed textual evidence from sources. The only thing that I would offer you as a suggestion is, again, not to use it word for word, because in some essays we're not allowed to say I, and in some essays you shouldn't say I think so and so is mistaken. You would just take the I think out and you would say X is mistaken. Okay, but this is a very handy tool. Once you've looked at these different resources, you will go to journals and you will post your third journal, and it is the topic is apathy, which is relevant to both of those essays, 38 Who Saw Murder and Didn't Call Police, and Who Killed Benny Parrett. Both pieces encourage readers to take action rather than remain uninvolved. So you will use information from those two essays or from other texts and support your claim, where you write what are some of the consequences of apathy, or you can write what are the causes of apathy, or you can explain both, what are the causes of apathy and the consequences of apathy. And again, you must provide textual evidence and parenthetical documentation. And this is a journal, and so it is not a full essay.